They call it a troubling trend. The Minnesota State Patrol is seeing a significant increase in DWI arrests this year. More than 16,000 people have been arrested this year for driving while impaired. State Patrol troopers say while most of their DWI arrests are from people drinking alcohol and driving, they're also pulling over people under the influence of drugs, illegal drugs, prescription drugs, and now legalized THC edibles. The State Patrol and other law enforcement agencies will be out in full force for the next few weeks, targeting impaired drivers.
Impaired is impaired, and it doesn't matter what a person is impaired by. It's against the law to operate a motor vehicle while under the influence of an impairing substance.
Public safety officials say there has been a 123% increase in drug driving incidents in the past 5 years. Extra patrols will be on the streets through September 5th. The quick thinking of store employees stopped an armed robbery before it happened. Police say on Wednesday night, 2 males came into this Holiday gas station off Bass Lake Road in Maryland and asked questions about the safe, and then they left. Police say the employees called police to report what happened, and then police found suspects a few blocks away with guns in their possession. One of the guns did not have a serial number. Police say the excellent work of the employees and responding officers likely thwarted an armed robbery. Brooklyn Park police were on patrol at 12:15 Friday morning when they were flagged down by a pedestrian on Zane Avenue who said they were robbed at gunpoint by 3 suspects. Police say someone showed a handgun, hit the victim in the head with it, and then demanded money. Police tracked suspects with a canine, but they did not locate them. A group of 7 Wayzata High School students is working on a solution to stop school shootings and reduce gun violence. They recently founded a nonprofit called Vigilance Safety.
It dreads us to see that our fellow peers have died to some sort of issue that isn't being worked on. And it really just saddens us, and it makes us want to fight for a solution.
Wayzata students gathered at a park in Plymouth to talk about school safety awareness and tell others about their solution to put radio frequency tags in guns so the guns could be detected near schools and then trigger an automatic lockdown.
Although the solution may not completely solve school shootings, we know that we are here to help and that it can reduce the casualties, and that is why we want to really try to put our name out there and try to get our idea further developed so it can really be put out there in the real world.
I have a younger brother who's going to be a 7th grader now, and taking steps so that way we can create school safer. I mean, we're thinking about us, we're also thinking about younger siblings, like friends, that sort of thing as well.
Students first worked on this idea as part of Destination Imagination. You can learn more on Vigilance Safety's website and Facebook page. Sometime in the next few months, Robbinsdale residents will notice a big change with their water. Delane Cleveland explains how some businesses are looking forward to softer water.
This plant is a magnificent building. What it will do will be even more magnificent.
Nearly 2 years after construction began, work on Robbinsdale's new water treatment plant is nearly complete.
The facade is starting to look just as the architects had anticipated.
When this building becomes fully operational, it will mark a new era for the city.
There's still a lot of testing work to be done on all the systems and the processes inside, but we're very, very close to be able to produce soft water for the first time.
Right now, Robbinsdale water is hard, meaning that it has a lot of dissolved minerals. Those minerals make it more difficult to get things clean unless the water is treated with a softener.
I anticipate that the residents will shout for joy when they get the soft water on their taps and no longer have to rely on their individual salt softeners to make their water palatable.
Yet the water will impact more than Robbinsdale residents.
I mean, beer is 90 to 95% water, so that water profile has a massive impact on the final beer.
Andy Getch is the head brewer for Robbinsdale's Nouvelle Brewing, where they have 24 beers on tap and an ever-evolving selection.
There's too many hops in the world, there's too many ingredients in the world to kind of do the same thing over and over.
To make all those beers, he needs soft water. Nouvelle treats the water on site using reverse osmosis.
There is a little bit of waste with RO water, so if we could filter half and then blend stuff in to get kind of a neutral water profile, I mean, that would just be better all around.
He still plans to use reverse osmosis water to make beer, but hopes to blend in city water to be more environmentally friendly.
Having good brewing water will be great for the city, for sure.
In Robbinsdale, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
The Brooklyn Center Farmers Market is celebrating 10 years of operation this summer. And organizers say some of the vendors at the market have been selling produce and goods here since day one. One thing that makes this market special is the diverse cross-section of produce. Farmers bring what they call American vegetables to market, like corn or eggplant, but they bring Asian vegetables too.
Or like Thai eggplant, they don't know what Thai eggplant is, or bitter ball. And through like the many years that we've been here, we've been teaching one another about a different kind of produce.
The Brooklyn Center Farmers Market runs every Thursday from 2 until 7 p.m. in the parking lot of Brooklyn United Methodist Church, right up until the Thursday before Halloween. Who can pass up the neighborhood kids and their lemonade stand? Now there's an even better reason to stop and grab lemonade from two brothers in one Maple Grove neighborhood. Jack and Liam Henry opened a lemonade stand near their home at the beginning of August. Over the course of a week, they raised $64. But rather than keeping that money, they delivered their earnings to the Maple Grove Police Department's K-9 unit.
We've been wanting to do it for lots of years. Yeah. And we finally did it.
One of their police dogs was in surgery, so that money went to them.
Jack and Liam say their lemonade stand off of County Road 30 and Troy Lane will continue for the rest of the summer as their schedule allows.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
The Cooper football team is coming off a great season. Jay Wilcox has a season preview on the Hawks.
There will be some new faces in the lineup for the Cooper football team this season, but they're off to a good start as fall camp gets underway.
Oh yeah, I'm very impressed. We coming out here full throttle, and just getting the work in. That's all that matters, really.
One thing that I really noticed is probably our effort. It's gotten better throughout the summertime, and I think now just everybody being able to build into the program, make sure everybody gets everything done.
Just getting familiar with a new group of guys. The competition is high now. We have a lot of positions that are open from the graduation of our guys last year. So the first couple of days has been great. It's been great competition and the guys rallying around each other.
After years of close calls, Cooper broke through to reach the state playoffs for the first time since the mid-90s last season, advancing to the state Class 5A semifinals.
I mean, I feel like it was awesome. It was a great experience. Personally, I've never been to state or even made it that far. So for me, it was definitely just like lots of ups and downs, and it was great to like make it happen with this team.
We've been knocking at the door for a long time, and last year we were able to make the state playoffs and get a nice little run into the state semifinals, and I think that just gave us confidence. The younger guys got the experience, what playoff football is about and the expectations of our program.
Defensive end and tight end Jackson Howard enters his senior season as one of Minnesota's best players. He's committed to LSU. Defensive lineman John Barrow, linebacker Nehemiah Ponder, and defensive back Chris Blabu are other key returners. The Hawks will have to replace graduated standouts from last season like quarterback Joe Russell, running back Camden Royal, and receiver David Connors.
We had amazing players, especially last year, but just like every other year, other people had to step up. We didn't have a Camden Royal, Joe Russell, David Connors 5 years ago. We had different other players, and I think this year other people are going to have to step up.
The names at the skill positions on offense will be mostly new ones, but Cooper's confident that the winning ways of recent seasons will continue. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jay. Well, for the better part of a decade now, the Champlin Park volleyball program has turned out terrific teams. This year's Rebels should be no exception. Champlin Park volleyball is coming off a 23-7 season, with all of their losses against ranked teams, including in the Section 5 4A title game to eventual state champion Wayzata. With several players back, this Rebels team should be battle-tested.
Everybody worked really hard in the offseason. I think we're still going to be really good at ball control and serving, and our offense is going to be pretty solid. So, but just having the more players you have with a year of experience under your belt, that helps every year for those big matches.
After losing last year, the returners were pretty excited to get back in the gym and just excited to have hopefully another matchup.
Champlin Park returns their top two hitters from a year ago. sophomore standout Carly Gilk, and senior Marley Hansen. Junior Lily Reese was 6th in kills in 2021. Sophomore Reese Axness will be the team's full-time setter this fall, while senior Sarah Moberg brings experience defensively and in serve receive. Add in some other talented up-and-coming players, the Rebels are again a team to watch. Champlin Park has won 7 of the past 8 Northwest Suburban Conference championships. Winning another title is definitely a team goal.
You know, that's the goal, one of the goals every year, and they kind of take it upon themselves. Like, we want to be the group to continue it, not the group that, you know, misses it. And at some point that's going to happen because there's a lot of good teams in the conference on our side and the other side, whoever you end up playing. But no, it's been a pretty good run.
The Rebels open the season with matches against 5th-ranked Lakeville North and then 2nd-ranked Eastridge. The players are excited for the challenge.
I personally like that. I think I like games that are more competitive and hard just because I feel like it brings out everyone who plays at like the top of all their talent.
It gets us excited to start the season off strong and really just like come ready to compete every day.
Champlin Park's first Northwest Suburban Conference match comes September 8th against Andover.